Hey there, Virgo. Welcome to your reading. This is your August bonus reading, and we're going to be looking at the main events of August here. So in your first row, we are going to look at the triple conjunction we have between Mars, Uranus, and the North Node. That's going to be like on August 1st. It's actually not a conjunction necessarily. All three of those are going to be at 18 degrees, but we're going to see how that affects you here in your first row. In your second row, we're going to take a look at the full moon on August 11th, and that's going to be in Aquarius, and we're going to see what that's going to have in store for you here in this next row. Sorry, I'm choking. I'm trying to pretend that I'm not. Next, with the Uranus retrograde on August 24th, that will be this row here, and I like that card. It says a win-win outcome, so there could be some sort of win-win outcome for you around the 24th. And finally, in your last row, we're going to look at the new moon in Virgo. That will be on the 27th of the month, and that'll be that. But let's see here. I'm not going to clarify the whole reading. Pretty much, I've just gone through and clarified what I think is the most important card for each row, and these otherwise they're just going to be like way too freaking long, right? But let's see. You start off here with this triple conjunction. You have this Tiger card. It says doing something risky, taking a chance. I feel like every single reading I do for you, Virgo, is about taking a chance. And you also have the Starry Night card. It says acceptance on it. I do feel that we need to take risks. You're not the only sign. I've done a bunch of these readings so far, and you're not the only sign that has had something about taking a risk at this time. You have the King of Wands, the Knight of Wands here. I've been talking a lot about the Knight of Wands, especially regarding the first. The first with this, every single planet at, 18 degrees, not every single planet, but the ones that are in Taurus, and, of course, the North Node is not a planet, but the North Node. And what I have been saying to everyone is that we need to embrace that Knight of Wands energy, and you have the Knight of Wands here. The Knight of Wands is spontaneous. He's willing to dig into mysteries. He's willing to, look for other ways of doing things, and he isn't afraid to go on an adventure. And really, I mean, that to me, with all this fixed energy in Taurus and at 18 degrees, that's basically what this whole entire thing is about. So you have the King of Wands, the Five of Cups, and the Eight of Cups here. I really feel this is quite simple here for you, Virgo. The King of Wands has shown up for like 3 people in this first row. So clearly we're dealing with some major like King of Wands energy around the first, or I would say, pretty much the whole entire month. I feel like the energy is going to last for a while. Uranus is a pretty big planet. Doesn't necessarily move very quickly. Plus, it's going retrograde on the 24th. It's going to be hitting the same spot that it was at, basically, or kind of going back over it. So, again, we're going to be dealing with this for a while. And what I would say here is that the King of Wands is about taking a risk. He has this salamander right here. It looks like a lizard. It's meant to be a salamander. He has salamanders on his cloak as well. And the salamanders represent protection from fire. They basically represent protection from risk. He's also bold and like assertive. He really goes for what he wants. A lot of the other signs have had the Seven of Wands as well in their first row. You don't, but it's a very similar energy to me. He really believes in himself. He really kind of believes that he's going to be successful. Seven of Wands is very similar energy. It's like the card of conviction, the card of knowing that you know that you're going to be successful. So as a collective, I feel like that's an amazing energy that you could be embracing, or that you should embrace, really, because it'll make you much more successful. The Five of Cups is about things not working out. I mean, that's the whole point of this, that's the whole point of the astrology, is that probably something is going to work out. Not a bad thing. Definitely a good thing, because as the Five of Cups says, I don't know how to work this. He's crying over this spilt wine here, but he has these 2 cups that lead to a bridge and a castle. This, to me, perfectly describes the energy of this triple conjunction, whatever you want to call it. They're all at 18 degrees. It's like we could be looking at something that we thought was going to be really good for us. And we could be, the thing about the wine that he's lost his taste for wine. That's the whole point of the Five of Cups. It's something that he once enjoyed. And it's not that he can't drink it any longer. He can still drink it. He just doesn't enjoy it any longer. That's the whole point of the card. So he needs to find something new. And I feel that with this astrology, that there's probably something new that's much more secure with the castle. And again, he doesn't just get 2 cups, he gets a bridge and a castle as well, which is way better than 3 cups, right? So it's like what you're moving on to, if you are moving on to something, or if you're making a change at this time, you're moving on to something where there's a lot more opportunity, a lot more fulfillment, and a lot more security as well because of the castle. The castle represents like safety, security, comfort, protection, all things that we feel in the home. So it's like this is the type of energy that you will be receiving by opening up to like new opportunities. Really pretty simple. I feel like you just are opening up to new opportunities. I don't even think you have to do anything here. You might be a little bit sad about, again, not enjoying something anymore or not getting enjoyment out of something. Could be a relationship, a business, something you've been working on, a project. And I see this happening for a lot of people as well. If you've been working on a project for a long time, I actually just see this for you, really. If you've been working on a project, you might just be saying, I don't want to work on this any longer. And, it kind of reminds me of that whole sunk cost fallacy thing. I think sometimes when we invest a lot of time, effort, energy into something, it's like we're afraid to let it go. And I feel that a little bit here, but what I will say is that you go from the 8 of Cups down here to the Ace of Pentacles, like brand new opportunity, something with a lot of growth potential, to the Knight of Wands. It's kind of like you're definitely going in the right direction. But again, you might be feeling, at the beginning of the month, like a little bit of that sunk cost fallacy. You might be feeling like, I've put so much time, effort, and energy in this, I can't quit now. But maybe, again, I'm not suggesting you do quit. Maybe you find a different way of doing it, number one. But number two, if you truly can say to yourself that you don't enjoy it any longer, like maybe you've been trying to start a business, but maybe you just don't like it, right? If you can say that, then I would say maybe it's time to look for something new, right? Next, you have this bee spirit here. You also have this dog's spirit, or this dog's card. It says getting together with friends. The bee also represents your community in this deck. And the dogs, says getting together with friends. And so pretty much I've been saying it for months now. Teamwork makes the dream work, especially for you earth signs. I feel there are a lot of benefits in working together with other people, working on a team, creating a team with other people. Any of that stuff that you could do would be super beneficial for you, for sure, Virgo. I feel like there's a lot of benefits in all that. But what I would say here is I feel like a lot of you could be kind of, getting a lot of benefits from your community. You also can notice these vibrations that are kind of like around this bee on this card. And, bees kind of like vibrate. And so what I would say here is I would be, number one, putting out good vibes, but I also feel like you are kind of matching up more with people who you do vibe with. And by the way, I forgot to say it, but this is the area of the full moon in Aquarius on August 11th, this column here. You have the Judgment card, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. Again, doesn't really surprise me that maybe you're waking up to a new opportunity. Aquarius is kind of like all about new opportunities, new things. Aquarius is all about innovation. I personally also believe, maybe this isn't accurate astrology, but this is Chris's crappy astrology anyway. You should all know that by now. But with Taurus, Uranus and Taurus is very innovative. I said it at the beginning of Uranus and Taurus that, we're probably going to see a lot of like innovation at this time. I think it's because of it has a lot to do with values and also freedom. Uranus and Taurus. So I feel that people will be, creating new businesses or new inventions or new websites or whatever, right? That kind of are more about like either freedom, things that make things maybe make you more free, like, that help you use less time, for example, or things could be very innovative, like very future forward thinking, things that create more value, basically. And I definitely feel that here with the Ace of Pentacles, that some of you could be seeing a very valuable opportunity coming into your life. And it's kind of like you're waking up to it. You have the Judgment card right here. Some of you, I do feel, around the time of that full moon could be discovering like your quote unquote purpose. I don't believe we have some like purpose, like some people think. And again, if you think that, that's fine. I'm not telling you what to believe here. But what I'm saying is I think our purpose is to come here to create our own reality, to kind of learn how to, feel joy, happiness, to move more towards joy and happiness in our life and fulfillment, whatever that means for you, and to have more fulfilling experiences. I think the problem is that a lot of people get into experiences that aren't fulfilling and feel like they have to stay stuck in them, like jobs, careers, things like that. And again, I really believe are careers totally going away? I would say no. There are still people that are going to enjoy that, of course. But for the most part, I feel like people are going to be gravitating towards things that are more enjoyable, that provide more freedom, that provide more fulfillment, maybe where you feel like you're doing, like making a difference or helping other people in some way, or, doing something like that. And I kind of feel like a lot of you are waking up to that with this judgment type energy. I also feel that some of you, it's kind of like, I feel like I said this to you recently, that you could be building a following, or you could be kind of if you already have a following, you could be building your following more with this Judgment card. Judgment card is kind of like a card of speaking, right? You can see here that he's got this horn and he's like speaking to these people. He's raising them up from their coffins and they're undergoing a transformation. So, I feel some of you could be kind of like, if you happen to do anything speaking wise, if you have a YouTube channel or anything like that, you could be growing through that. You also have the Hierophant. Pretty much every single sign has had something about learning. For whatever reason, I feel I didn't see this coming into these readings, but now I do. I always think that education, I always talk about it in readings, but for you, I feel it's extra, there's like extra bonuses this month through educating yourself or learning. So if you're trying to like grow your YouTube channel, if you're trying to speak to people, if you're trying to do any of that stuff, I would learn how to do it. You could learn some like tricks or some tactics. You could just get a lot of benefits with the Hierophant here as well. So definitely really like that. Next, in the area of the Uranus retrograde on the 24th of the month, you have this full moon in Libra. It says a win-win outcome is forecast. And you also have this dog close up. You have the dogs over here. And this over here says pleasure with close friends. Again, clearly, community is going to be extremely important for you. Like I said, if you're building a community, I feel this is going to be really, really good for you as well. This could be like, a Facebook group, or maybe you're just trying to build a business and you're trying to build a community around the business. I've been telling everybody since 2017, because of Saturn and Capricorn, that teamwork makes the dream work. But also, if you have a business and you don't have a community, you're crazy, because there's just too many benefits in like having some sort of community and, and building a community, nurturing the people, right? I just said to Pisces, your opposite sign, if you have Pisces in your chart, I would definitely go watch a Pisces reading. Then I was reading this book that talks all about the degrees in astrology. On the first, with that triple, with all those signs, those planets, Mars, Uranus, and then the North Node, which isn't a planet, but they're all at 18 degrees. And like 18 degrees of Taurus was like, the meaning of the degree of 18 degrees of Taurus was a mother with 1,000 breasts or something like that. I don't remember it exactly, but if you Google online, there's like a big degree book. You can actually, I think, find it for free. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like interpretations through the degrees or something like that. It basically is all about nurturing energy. And I feel that there's a lot of success if you're like nurturing a community, building a community, sharing your knowledge, doing any of those things for you here. You have the Knight of Wands, the Four of Pentacles, and the Queen of Cups here. Again, another card of the mother, a card of nurturing. So I feel a lot of you could be nurturing something. The Queen of Cups, you can see here that she has that cup. The cup kind of looks like a trophy, and it kind of represents something that she really, really values on a very deep level. So I feel for a lot of you that you could really be valuing something here. And I would also focus on that as well, though, here, Virgo. Again, she like really values whatever that is, that cup. So if there's something that you feel your heart belongs to, if there's like a cause, if there's a business, if there's a person that you feel like your heart belongs to, I would really nurture that, whatever it is, because I feel the Queen of Cups kind of sometimes says when you like truly value something, which again, the Uranus energy is all about valuing things, then you're going to get a lot of energy from it. You're probably going to, find a lot of fulfillment in it as well. You also have the Knight of Wands here. Again, this is definitely the best energy for the beginning of the month, the Knight of Wands energy, embracing that kind of like spontaneous, being willing to find other ways of doing things in business and work and your love life, pretty much everything. And doing that will lead to a lot of success. So I feel like there's a lot of success for you with the Knight of Wands. I also feel there could be a lot more adventure around the time of the, by the way, I think I forgot to say it, this is the Uranus retrograde on the 24th. Around that time, excuse me, I feel like some of you could be traveling, or you could also be thinking about kind of traveling with the Knight of Wands. Next, you have the Four of Pentacles. I would be careful of comfort zones for sure. Four of Pentacles, he's holding on too tightly to things that once served him but no longer serve him. He's also just holding on too tightly in general. Again, 18 degrees. Okay. Perfect. Sorry about that, Virgo. But again, 18 degrees is like the mother with 1,000 breasts, meaning nurturing energy. Four of Pentacles, he's trying to hold on to his energy. He's kind of only focused on himself. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't focus on yourself. Actually, I'm a big fan of being, what people say is greedy, fulfilling yourself first. I think that a lot of spiritual teachers that are like, oh, you have to give. Not a good idea. Terrible, right? Great way to burn out spiritually in general. I feel like we should fulfill ourselves first to make sure we're fulfilled, because we can't give from an empty cup. But again, that's not what this energy is about. What I would say is I would be looking to do things in life that fulfill maybe other people, maybe nurture other people, but also make sure that you're getting energy back as well. At the end here with the new moon in Virgo, which is going to be on the 27th, you have this higher power card. You also have this pail card, which says time to get out of a situation. How funny is this? I'm going to show you over here. This pail is like spilt over. It's almost like an empty cup. And by the way, it's also 11:11. Oh, you're not going to be able to see it, are you? But it's also 11:11. There we go. So exactly what I was saying. I feel like for some of you, this is about needing to make sure you're not giving from an empty cup, for sure. And the higher power card is, I feel like you're being guided at this time. Again, this moon is in your sign, Virgo, so kind of makes sense. You have the Ace of Wands, the Knight of Swords, and the Seven of Pentacles. The Ace of Wands is all about kind of being excited about something, feeling like something is very, like, it's kind of like that spark of genius, as I always say. It's like the Ace of Wands to me is a card of the, sorry, I have to turn this back on, but the Ace of Wands is like the spark of attention or something that captures your attention. Sometimes it's also just like that one thing we need. Sometimes I think we ask the universe for like an answer, guidance on something, and this can be that spark of inspiration as well. So I do feel like there isn't a spark of inspiration coming in for you towards the end of the month. You can see there's this castle here, and that castle is crumbling, and it kind of represents, sorry, everything's turning off on me today here, Virgo. Sorry, so I can't switch cameras yet, but what I would say here is that it kind of represents that like spark of inspiration, that moment that captures your attention, and that's what I would pay attention to here with that Ace of Wands. You have the Knight of Swords here as well. I definitely wouldn't like rush here with the Knight of Swords, and I would make sure, I do feel, as I've said to everyone, it's about balance this month. I feel it is really important that we're super flexible and that we're very spontaneous and we're open to spontaneous opportunity. The one thing I would say is I would make sure that the spontaneous opportunities that you're grabbing onto align with your values. So it's like if you value, like you might get an opportunity in business, but maybe the business is, clubbing baby seals. I would say probably not a good idea for you to get involved in that business, right? So we need to make sure that we kind of take advantage of spontaneous opportunities, but we also need to make sure to maybe take like a couple of seconds just to be like, does this align with my values? Yes, then I'm going for it. So again, there's balance. I think sometimes, people get confused when I say these things. They're like, you're saying be spontaneous and move towards new opportunities, but you're also saying don't at the same time. I'm like, well, actually, no. I'm saying kind of like, look at the opportunity, weigh your options. Don't twiddle your thumbs, definitely, but also kind of like, make sure you kind of, take action. Finally, you have the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is like, I really feel this is deep right here, Virgo, the Seven of Pentacles. Normally, I don't feel this, but I kind of feel like you're looking at a lot in your life. I feel like you're looking at a lot of different things. I feel like you're looking at many different aspects in your life, and I feel like you're saying like, is the juice worth a squeeze? Seven of Pentacles, he's looking at those pentacles and he's saying, is it worth it for me to put my time, effort, and energy into the things I've been doing? I feel like you're doing this in literally every single area of your life. And so again, I feel that that is like a pretty deep energy for you, that Seven of Pentacles, and you could be making some changes. All right, we're going to clarify through some of this here, Virgo, and that's going to be that. So in the first row, which is the triple conjunction for August 1st, even though they're not conjunction, technically they're on top of each other. Yes, I understand that. We're going to clarify this Eight of Cups. You have the Seven of Pentacles, walking away from things that no longer serve you. Seven of Pentacles, exactly what you said. You're looking at things that just aren't worth it. And I kind of feel this whole entire, everything that's going on this month, kind of crazy month astrologically. I feel like everything that's going on this month is kind of leading up to this right here. Ace of Pentacles. Pretty much for everyone in the collective. I feel like everyone is getting these opportunities to kind of grow their life in the way that they want them to, that they want to, and this includes you. There's a garden in the front of the Ace of Pentacles, and again, it's about kind of like nurturing and growing something, really taking care of it like a garden. It's like the better you take care of your life and maybe the people around you, the better your life is going to be with the Ace of Pentacles. And again, this again, that triple conjunction, like I said, based off the degrees that it's at, is all about nurturing energy. With the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Page of Pentacles, some sort of new beginning coming in for you. I mean, pretty obvious to me. There's like a new opportunity for you to like nurture yourself better, nurture the people around you better, and also be successful. So I see a lot of success here with the Page of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles. I also kind of want to clarify that Judgment card. Yeah, you have the Moon. Sometimes I think we feel called to something, but it's a little bit scary because it's like a little bit bigger than us, and I kind of feel that here. But again, with all those community cards, the bee and the dog here, Virgo, I feel like there's a lot of support, and I feel like there's a lot of help and a lot of people who want to help you. With the Uranus retrograde on the 24th in this row here, I want to clarify that Knight of Wands. You have the King of Swords. Here you go. I mean, I've said this for like the past 3 weeks. Everybody's been getting the King of Swords for like the past month or so, maybe 3 weeks. King of Swords, he is about like knowing things, but he puts into action. It's like the difference between knowledge and wisdom is the King of Swords. It's like he knows a lot of stuff, but he also has the wisdom. Wisdom is like that one step further. It is like taking your knowledge and putting it into practice. It's like you can learn from books all day long. I always say to people, it's like there are so many things, even on this channel, that I do that don't work according to the experts, right? And again, if I didn't put it into practice, I wouldn't know. So the Knight of Wands, the King of Swords, all about putting something into practice so you can be successful, so you can gain the wisdom, not just the knowledge. I want to clarify this Queen of Cups as well. You have the Temperance card. I feel like you're understanding like what leads to more balance in your life with the Queen of Cups as far as like where you put your energy. Again, she has that cup out in front of her, looks like a trophy. It is the thing that her heart belongs to. She understands that if she puts her energy into that, she's always going to be fulfilled no matter what. So I feel like for a lot of you, I know it's very general, but I really feel that could be talking about everything in your life. You could be looking at relationships and saying, these are the types of relationships that fulfill me. You could be looking at your business and saying, this activity in my business is what fulfills me, but the other stuff doesn't. And I feel like when you're honest with yourself like that, you become like way more successful. With the Ace of Wands, you have in the last row here, with the New Moon and Virgo, you have the Page of Cups. Definitely could be a very passionate new connection coming in for you if you're looking for love. Could be a water sign. I feel like you've had a water sign in the recent past with me as well. So there could be love coming in for you, but it's a pretty good reading, Virgo. I like it. So let me know what you think about these new readings down below. And thank you for being here, and enjoy your month.